Now, 3 days ago, on the 21st of March, Leader of the Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, criticized the Modi government's handling of the West Asia conflict and warned of inflation. He also said that the government has no strategy, and right after elections, prices of petrol and diesel and LPG will be hiked, is what he said. But there's also a dichotomy. It's the Congress government in Himachal Pradesh now that has passed the VAT Amendment Bill 2026, allowing a cess of up to 5 rupees per litre on petrol as well as diesel. Himachal Pradesh's government says that this will fund an orphan and widow welfare fund, but the Bharatiya Janata Party has argued that this will directly translate into higher fuel costs and additional burden that's been placed on the common man. The Bharatiya Janata Party is calling the Congress as an anti-poor सरकार.
और वो इतना खटारा मॉडल निकला है कि हिमाचल की हालत खस्ता हो गई। हिमाचल प्रदेश में आम आदमी की जेब पर कांग्रेसी हमला हुआ है। सालाना 1000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा आम आदमी की जेब पर टैक्स की मार पड़ने वाली है, वैट की मार पड़ने वाली है। जब सरकार कांग्रेस की बनी तो 2 महीने के अंदर 3 रुपया वैट बढ़ा दिया, फिर 3 रुपया वैट बढ़ाया, कुल मिला के 10 रुपये 40 पैसे वैट डीजल पर किया और अब 5 रुपये सेस लगा दिया जब वैट से दिल नहीं भरा तो।
Can you imagine? This is the same Congress party which just recently cut the budget of Himachal Pradesh by 3,600 crores. They have cut the salaries, 50% salary cut has been taken. And now after increasing the passenger fare, after increasing taxes on toilets, after increasing the prices of everything, they have increased price of petrol and diesel. Earlier also they had increased the price of diesel by 7 rupees. This is anti-farmer, it is anti-poor, it is anti-citizen. And we have seen that in the entire country, Congress is talking about mehengai, but in its own state it increases the mehengai. Because wherever Congress comes, it gets mehengai along with it.
Very unfortunate, this kind of cess on petrol and diesel will further, the state will be in a bad shape. The people of the state will be in a bad shape, and already it's going under a financial emergency. अभी जो budget आया है, this budget which was presented few days back, and उसी में दिवालियापन निकल गया. The financial emergencies situation is in Himachal, and it should be the government there should be sacked.
Now, the timing is also critical. The world is currently facing a major energy crunch triggered by what's been happening in West Asia. Countries across Asia, Africa as well as Europe are taking extreme steps, from fuel rationing as well as work from home policy mandates to public holidays as well. Blackouts as well as industrial cutbacks as well to conserve energy and protect supplies. The governments are also prioritizing essential sectors and trying to shield their respective citizens from the full impact of what's been happening. Now, against this global backdrop, any increase in fuel prices becomes even more sensitive. And this is something that the government of India has now consistently maintained, that it's actually working to ensure energy security and has also been working to minimize the impact of volatility on consumers. While the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, spoke in the Lok Sabha, he highlighted that India has also significantly diversified its energy basket, and it's also diversified its energy import sources, that India now procures crude oil, LPG as well as PNG from 41 nations. The Prime Minister also assured that amid this crisis, the government has also been prioritizing domestic LPG consumers as well.
भारत ने बीते 11 वर्षों में अपनी एनर्जी इंपोर्ट का डाइवर्सिफिकेशन किया है। पहले क्रूड ऑयल, एलएनजी, एलपीजी ऐसी एनर्जी जरूरतों के लिए 27 देशों से इंपोर्ट किया जाता था। वहीं आज भारत 41 देशों से एनर्जी इंपोर्ट करता है। अध्यक्ष जी, बीते दशक में भारत ने संकट के ऐसे ही समय के लिए कच्चे तेल के भंडारण को भी प्राथमिकता दी है। आज भारत के पास 53 लाख मीट्रिक टन से अधिक का स्ट्रेटेजिक पेट्रोलियम रिजर्व है और 65 लाख मैट्रिक टन से अधिक के रिजर्व की व्यवस्था पर देश काम कर रहा है। हमारी तेल कंपनियों के पास जो रिजर्व रहता है वो अलग है। बीते 11 वर्षों में हमारी रिफाइनिंग कैपेसिटी में भी उल्लेखनीय वृद्धि हुई है। अध्यक्ष जी, सरकार अलग अलग देशों के सप्लायर्स के साथ भी लगातार संपर्क में है। प्रयास ये है कि जहां से संभव हो वहां से तेल और गैस की सप्लाई होती रहे। भारत सरकार गल्फ और आसपास के शिपिंग रूट्स पर निरंतर नजर बनाए हुए है।
Well, let me go across to my colleague Hina now, who's also been tracking the war of words that's playing out between the Congress Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party, among others, over what's been happening in West Asia and, of course, the prices of petrol and diesel. Over to you, Hina.
Well, let's first tell you, Siddharth, what was put out by Bharatiya Janata Party. So, Pradeep Bhandari of the Bharatiya Janata Party put out this picture. Now, this has a comparison of oil prices in BJP-ruled states and the opposition-ruled states. It has petrol prices in these states, and he had mentioned the contrast couldn't be starker, where BJP under Prime Minister Modi governs, relief reaches the people, where the Congress opposition rules, taxes crush the common man, lower petrol prices versus inflated burdens. So this is what he had put out. He had listed Delhi, UP, Gujarat and Uttarakhand in the BJP ruled states and the petrol prices which are well under 100 rupees per litre. Then he had contrasted this with opposition ruled states including Karnataka, Telangana, Himachal, West Bengal and Kerala. And in all these states, in fact, oil prices, petrol prices are above 100 rupees per litre. Now, Saravanan of the DMK has used the same picture that was put out by Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP, saying what they don't say is Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Bihar. Other 4 NDA-ruled states where the petrol prices are above 100 rupees per litre. Andhra has petrol, at around 109, Chhattisgarh 101, Maharashtra 104, Bihar 106. And Saravanan saying all ruled by NDA, people have already decided. Jumglagiri, thy name, BJP. So war of words clearly breaking out between the BJP and the DMK ahead of the election season.
Absolutely, Hina. Thanks for taking us through that. And as we speak, we do have Mr. Saravanan joining us right now. Saravanan, you've decided to, of course, fact-check the Bharatiya Janata Party or expose what many would say is a very selective graphic that's been put out by them, where they've conveniently ignored states like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, etc., where the prices of petrol are still quite high. Tell us about the entire war of words that we're currently witnessing between your party, the Congress, and of course the Bharatiya Janata Party over petrol prices, and also the hike that we're currently witnessing in the state of Himachal Pradesh as well, ruled by the Congress.
Yeah, see, the BJP is caught unawares of the Iran conflict, and the stand taken by them is not acceptable. Many of former diplomats have expressed concern over how we have handled this issue. This is one aspect. The other aspect is the petrol prices are being artificially kept high. When it was at $60 a barrel, it was the same price which was put on the people of our country by the BJP by imposing excess taxes. This is what we have been pointing out, and it's very clear that the petrol prices are now suppressed, are kept at the same level only because of the elections at the 5 states. If these elections are not happening, the petrol prices would have been hiked by now. And we are seeing in a lot of cities, actually yesterday we saw that in Surat, there was a huge queues that petrol was not available. What is the government doing? The Prime Minister is saying, be prepared. The people of this country are always prepared. They know. He has compared the situation to that of what happened in COVID, during COVID. That is already sending jitters down the common man.
Okay.
We cannot have a COVID-like situation again.
All right.
What is the government doing?
But Mr. Saravanan, Sure. I mean, you have every right to question the government. The government, in turn, including what the Prime Minister said in the Lok Sabha, he talked about how we've decided to now diversify our supply sources, how household LPG is actually being given priority. We have now decided to source our supplies from as many as 41 countries, and also compared the situation that India finds itself in as against some of our neighbors as well as others who've now decided to resort to rationing, work from home mandates, among others. So we're still in a far better situation compared to the others. Some would say, given the dire situation that the Middle East finds itself in. How would you respond to that, Mr. Saravanan? Yes.
Yeah. See. It's like when we speak of LPG consumption, it is not just about domestic users. See, India has got many cosmopolitan setups and other cities where there are a lot of migrant workers. They're all dependent on restaurants, roadside eateries, which depend on commercial LPG. We are seeing shortage of commercial LPG, and the restaurant owners have started complaining that they are losing money. And migrant laborers have started going back to their own cities. If this is the situation within a month of the war breaking out, we hope, we pray that the war stops.
Yes.
So that we will breathe a collective sigh of relief. But unfortunately, if it continues,
okay,
just domestic consumption is not the only problem. What about commercial?
Yes.
See, another thing pointed out is stop the exports. Stop exports from Jamnagar. Divert that, nationalize that, divert that to domestic. Why is the government not doing that?
Sir, I don't think we've reached that point of a crisis just as yet that we begin to start nationalizing private entities. But be that as it may, we'll of course wait and see as to what the government has to say. Some strong questions are being posed to the government on the part of the opposition as well. And all this is of course also happening in the build-up to the elections. Many thanks, Dr. Saravanan, for joining us. Now, the Congress government's decision in the state of Himachal Pradesh to pass the VAT Amendment Bill 2026, which allows a cess of up to ₹5 per litre on petrol and diesel, is raising questions now over the gap between Rahul Gandhi's rhetoric and the Congress party's policy in states that they are governing. Now, if rising fuel costs are a concern that the Congress is raising, so should states like Himachal be adding to that pressure? Listen in to how the Congress is currently now blaming the central government to justify what the Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu government in Himachal Pradesh has now done.
इसके अलावा अगर बात करें एलपीजी क्राइसिस को लेकर आप लोग लगातार सरकार से सवाल कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बीजेपी कह रही है कि हिमाचल प्रदेश की सरकार ने 5 रुपए वैट बढ़ा दिया है। ये तो डुप्लीसिटी है कांग्रेस पार्टी की कि एक तरफ बीजेपी को अटैक करे, दूसरी तरफ अपनी सरकार ही पैसे बढ़ा रही है।
नहीं, देखिए, आप उनके पैसा नहीं देते, आप तो उनका जीएसटी का पैसा भी नहीं दे पाते। जो केंद्र का पैसा जाता है स्टेट को, आप वो नहीं देते तो सरकार कैसे चलाएंगे?
Let me go across to my colleague Poonam as well, who joins us from Himachal as we speak. Poonam, how is the Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu government now trying to justify this move amid so much criticism?
Yeah, obviously, as budget was passed and during this budget, CM clearly mentioned that the hike in this price of ₹5 in petrol and high-speed diesel has been imposed because this money will be contributed in the welfare of orphans and widows. But on the other side, BJP is saying that this will not affect, this will affect all the people in Himachal Pradesh, all the poor people will be affected due to this decision. Though the BJP opposed this bill, but still this bill was passed and BJP said that out of ego, CM took this decision. And this will totally affect obviously the common people, and it will also affect the dealers because dealers are saying that this price hike will totally affect our business because people will not refill trucks and all will in nearby states like in Punjab and Haryana.
Okay.
There is a big difference in the variations in the price, so they will prefer to go to Punjab and Haryana. They will not prefer to come to Himachal. Also, even the tourists which are visiting over here in Himachal, they will also prefer to refill their vehicles from Punjab and nearby states because they know that when price is high, and this will totally affect the dealers, this will totally affect the common person, and the common person is also saying that how much tax now we have to pay.
Sure.
Even electricity, there is cess has been introduced. Now this time, as CM is saying that this money, the cess
that war of words has continued. Many thanks, Poonam. We'll wait and see as to how the reactions now evolve to what the Himachal Pradesh government has done. Here's also a response coming in from the Congress party's Pawan Khera as well over this latest development.
Yes, if Mr. Narendra Modi has accrued 26 to 27 lakh crore rupees in the last 10 years on cess on petrol and diesel, and if he had shared it with the states, we wouldn't have had to do this. We want to ensure continuity of welfare schemes because in any crisis, the worst affected, the worst hit are the marginalized sections of the society, and we need to ensure that they get a cushion. I mean, if the government of India can give us that cushion, we are happy with it. We will not increase the cess. But we know the government of India will not share any of that cushions with us.